Homework 4 is about creating a grade calculator. You're going to ask the user for X number of students, and then those students, let's assume they are in the same class, and each student will have X number of assignments. All the students would be the same, and then you're going to calculate the average of the assignments of the students, and then you're going to print them. I will show you an example. After the example, we're going to go back to explain the requirements. So first, you're going to ask the user two questions in part one. Question one, what is the student name? Question two, what is the ID? And then once you pass that, you will ask the system or the program will ask the user another questions if there is another student. If the user input N, mean no more student and starting part two, but if the user put yes, which is Y, you will ask the user again for a name and an ID. As an example here, please enter the student name. It's Harry. Please enter the ID, and this is the ID. And then here, enter another student. If you choose yes, it will ask the user again for a name and an ID. The ID doesn't have to be string. It could be, a number. It could be string. And then here, when we stopped, it will ask you how many assignments you are giving for this class. And then if, as an example here, we pass 3, that's mean all the students should have 3 scores for those 3 assignments. So now the system will start with the user 1, and then it will ask you enter the score from 0 to 100. For assignment 1, you will put the grade. Assignment 2, you will put the grade. Assignment 3, you will put the grade. This is for student 1, and then you will do that again for student 2, for student 3, for all the students in the classroom. And then you're going to calculate the average for every single student. So here, final grade report. Harry's average score was 70, and then the letter grade is C. And then the second student average score was 91, and the letter grade is A. And then you will print part 3, the assignments average. So the average of assignment 1 is this, and this is the letter grade. The average of assignment 2 is this, and this is the letter grade, and so on. And until you cover all the X number of assignments. And then after that, you will stop the program. You're going to need to use dictionary to fulfill the requirement of this assignments. This is an example of the structure of the dictionary. As you can see, we have a nested dictionaries. We have the dictionary one that has students. This is student 1, student 2. And then inside each student, you will have a name. You will have X numbers of scores, and you have the average of the student scores. And the same things will happen for the second item in the dictionary. You will have a name and you will have values. So the key here is the name, and then the values is also a key and a value for some of them. Going back to the requirements, so you're gonna need to have X number of functions. Function 1, which is add students, this is the function where you're gonna ask the user to enter the name and ID, and will determine if no and yes. And this function will return no values. Function 2, which is like input assignments, this function will take 2 parameters, the dictionary that you're going to keep using, you're going to keep passing the dictionary, and the user you want to add, and the number of assignments or the scores of assignments. And then if it's like 3 assignments, then this function will ask the user 3 times, enter the score, enter the score, enter the score. And then the score will be sorted in the stored list, which is this one score list. And then when you're done, you will just finish from this function. You don't have to return anything. The third function called grade student, this function take the dictionary also as well, and a parameter as a parameter, and then it will calculate the average. So once you're going to read the dictionary, you're going to come here, you're going to add all that, and then you're going to store the result in the second item. So this is what this function is going to do. The next one is get letter grade. This function will check the score if it's 90, 80, 70, 60, and then what would be the equivalent letter grade for it. It's A, B, C, D, and so on. And then print report, it's what's going to print the whole reports for the student, like the average, like student A got this, student B got this, student C got this, and the average of the assignments. And lastly is the main. The main will handle each students and the number of assignments. It's gonna run based on the number of assignments. Until it's not gonna stop until you cover all the needed requirements and from the user input. Similar to all the previous homeworks, you need to choose meaningful variables names using snake case notation. You can't use a global variable. The variable has to be passed as a parameter and arguments from the main to the functions, and then you will use them, and then the value will return in some cases. You will figure that out on your own. Make sure your program is running. Any program that do not run with Python will receive 0, no exception. Using advanced code is not allowed. Using ChatGPT is not allowed. And if you able to print the average score and the letter grade, which is like the last part, this one, this is where you will get an extra credit for that. So this homework is due this week. So please come to our office hours if you need any help. Good luck.